5-minute mark. We just want to be respectful of everybody who may want to speak.
My name is Bree and I live on Front Street in Bloomington. I'll be under 5 minutes.
I'm sorry, what was your last name?
Huffman.
Huffman? Okay.
Yeah. So last board meeting, a group of us here spoke, and it was followed by a statement to a local radio station that some of our comments were disappointing and not representative of the community. And I would first like to speak to that. After we spoke to your board, last I heard from multiple people thanking me specifically for addressing the board about the mask issue. I heard from multiple business owners within your district too scared to speak out about the mask issue, about critical race theory, and the gross newly passed sex education curriculum for fear of public backlash as business owners within this community. What does that say about our community, that these people are scared? I heard from teachers within your district thanking me for speaking out for fear that they are going to be targeted by their fellow teachers. What does that say about the environment of your district? I also heard from numerous parents thanking me for speaking out, but fearful to come here and speak to you that their children will be targeted by teachers within your district. That's a shame. I feel sorry for people who are too scared to come and speak out. And what does that say about our collective community? We can have differing viewpoints, but we don't have to be targeting each other in this way. It speaks to a brokenness, I feel like, within our community. That being said, I'm here to talk about masks on our children for next school year. As you know, I've had 4 children that have in some capacity been through your district that I pulled from your district last year. I will not mask them. If they are continuing to have to wear masks, I still will not bring them back to this district. I will continue to homeschool or I put them in private school. Illinois, thank you. I want to speak a little bit today, not so much about the financial impact like I spoke about last week, but about the actual laws. Illinois legislator creates administrative bodies, like you know, like the Illinois Department of Public Health and ISB, to report to the governor. These bodies are given a responsibility of authority to pass rules and regulations through that authoritative code. For example, Title 23 addresses IDPH. The governor's executive orders were rescinded, and all that stands now is simply a guidance by the Illinois Department of Public Health. They do not make laws. My first question to you is this. If the Illinois Department of Public Health truly has overreaching power in your district, then why is there a bill due to be voted on in the Senate regarding giving the Illinois Department of Public Health the ability to take over schools during a pandemic? This is Bill HB 2789 for anyone who wants to look it up. Side note, IDPH has stated publicly they want nothing to do with this bill. They don't want to support schools in this way. This is being pushed by the teachers union. In August of 2020, a school district up north decided that masks were not going to be mandatory, they would be optional, based on the reality that IDPH and ISB offer guidance, not laws. ISB got wind of this, and this was their statement. Failure to observe and enforce the mask requirements may resort in ISB taking action against a district's recognition status pursuant of Section 2, 3.25 of School Code and 24 Illinois Administrative Code 1.2. All this is doing is saying that you're going to have to go through the necessary procedures. They can't just take your accreditation. There's a certain legal process that has to happen through that. This school responded. They're with any of the Illinois legislation that where does it say that masks are required by law? To date, they have gotten 0 response because there is no such law. Title 23 of the Illinois Administrative Code 1.20 states each school must meet the requirements of Illinois, including requirements established by ISB pursuant of this section. It also states, as it pertains to ISB, that you shall create standards for physical building, heat, lighting, ventilation, sanitation, safety, supplies, and curriculum. Nowhere does it say anything about medical procedures or medical devices. I'd also like to add that in order for your status to be strict, like I said, there is a legal process including probation and to provide proof that you acted willfully and wantonly, and to date that has never happened to any district in the state of Illinois. Are there any duly adopted laws, regulations, or standards in the Illinois Administrative Code that masks are required? The answer is no. As the board, you have full ability to decide what is best for our kids. If masks are going to be required next year, are you allowing for medical and religious exemptions? What about those special needs kids with sensory issues who can't mask up?
Yes.
I know of two.
Yes, absolutely.
I know of two specifically within my
Okay,
small
you're-
circle
okay,
who are
you're-
leaving your
you're
circle.
5 minutes, please wrap it up.
Sure. I'll leave you with this one last quote from your overlord Fauci himself, straight from his leaked emails. A mask is more appropriate for someone who is infected than for people trying to protect against infection. Unmasked-